Have them flanked. We're going to try to take the media a little bit off to the side. You guys, Brett, you're going to have to move back a little bit, brother.
Well, we've got a wire here. Stand in front of them, or
yeah, or if you get down, you know, if you wouldn't mind, there'd be a little jelly flick there. So. Chief Johnson and someone from Medic, a representative from Medic. All right, guys. We appreciate it. Appreciate the patience. I know it's been a tough night for all of you. Obviously, been a tough night for our community. Tough night, tough day for University of North Carolina, Charlotte. In just a couple of seconds, I'm going to introduce Police Chief Jeff Baker. He's with UNCC. He's going to go over some of the circumstances that developed out here earlier today. Just a tragic situation that he's going to go over. Just want to set the table somewhat before he does get moving with this. Still a lot of information that we're not exactly certain of. I know you guys want the information fast. We have to make sure that the information that we're releasing is the correct information. So we appreciate the patience. Please continue to exhibit that patience because it's going to be a little bit. Also want to leave you with the understanding this isn't going to be a one and done. This is going to be the first of what we suspect is going to be several media briefings throughout the evening. So without further delay, Chief Jeff Baker.
Good evening. I'm here to sadly report we had the most tragic situation that it can occur on a campus at UNC Charlotte this evening around 4:40 p.m. Our dispatch received a call that a suspect was armed with a pistol and had shot several students. We responded. We were able to get into the building quick enough to where we actually took custody of the suspect. He was disarmed and he was taken into custody by our officers. Again, I can't tell you the sadness of the entire community to know that a situation like this has occurred on our campus. We're all pretty much devastated to know anything like this. Unfortunately, it did occur. We responded immediately, and as I said, we were able to take the suspect into custody. We also, at the same time, simultaneously secured the entire campus. We were able to lock it down through a system that we utilize, and we can simply depress one button and lock down the majority of campus. We're able to do that. We're able to deploy all of our security systems that we have in place to notify the university that we did have an active shooter on campus at this time, urging the community to shelter in place immediately. Again, I just can't tell you the remorse all of us have, and I know everyone has throughout the Charlotte-Mecklenburg community, probably throughout our nation, to know that we have had this type of an incident occur on our campus.
We'll take questions for the chief.
how were you able to disarm or get him so fast? Did he just run out of ammunition or anything like that?
I'm not really sure about the ammunition part, but I can tell you that our officers are highly trained, and we trained for this type of an incident, and we were able to get to the building, and our officers immediately, one officer immediately went to the suspect to take him down.
Chief, what can you tell us about the suspect, and did he say anything?
He said nothing, and you know, as part of investigation, we're not going to engage a suspect in questioning at that time. That's something that, you know, all of the wonderful backup we had from starting with CMPD, CFD, FBI, SBI, ATF, Medic, I mentioned fire, just multiple agencies. There isn't one agency that didn't respond to our needs on campus. But So the suspect was taken into custody, and as I said, it's not up to us to question him, but that's going to be an ongoing investigation held by CMPD's homicide unit.
Can you confirm that there were 2 fatalities and 6 people shot? Can you confirm that?
I can confirm that, yes. So we had 2 fatalities. We have 3 that are in critical condition and 1 that is not.
Chief, was this a person, a familiar face at all? Was he on the radar at all for you guys?
No, not that we know of. Again, that's something that is an ongoing investigation that could reveal something like that, but I can tell you right now, it's not. He is not somebody that is on our radar.
Chief, can you officially release his name?
That's something that I'm going to wait until I get approval, because of course CMPD's homicide, in conjunction with many other agencies, are conducting this investigation at this point. So before I disclose that information, I want to make certain that that's okay with them.
Chief, could you clarify?
Suspect was a student.
I probably, again, questions specific to the suspect at this time is something that, we really aren't ready to disclose, just because, we don't want to do that. So we are waiting. As soon as we get the approval, though, I certainly have no problem with disclosing that information, nor does Chief Putney.
What about the victims? Are they students? Are they faculty? Other staff?
We're waiting till family is notified. We're going to make sure that that's something that is handled by that specific team handling that. So, again, the specifics to the victims and that kind of thing, we're just going to hold on before we release that specific information.
Chief, can you talk about he went to the building, the library, correct?
No, that is not correct.
He went to a building, and can you give us an idea, like, where in the building this happened?
Well, again, I don't want to give out specifics of the investigation because it is a very active homicide investigation at this time. So what I can say is, yes, he did enter a building on campus. It was not the library. If you've heard that, it was not. That is not accurate.
What kind of weapon was used, and what, if any, other weapons or things were recovered from the suspect?
It's part of the investigation. Again, that's specifics to the investigation, and it's just something until I talk more with homicide and with Chief Putney's team, I really am not at, I can't disclose that.
Chief, you mentioned that one officer went in initially by himself.
We had multiple officers that went in.
Oh.
We had probably 2 or 3.
And they all went in together?
Yes, they immediately, we are trained to, if we have any type of a situation like that, we train to go to the sound. So those officers were moving toward whatever they heard. I didn't talk to them, and I'm not saying they heard anything. I'm just saying they're trained to do that, and that's training that we engage in twice a year. And as you can see, it's important to do.
Can you
Do
give an estimate on...
Do you think your officers saved lives? Like, was he the shooter actively shooting people and they stopped him?
I'm not sure about as far as him being an active shooter, but what I can say is our officers' actions definitely saved lives. There's no doubt about that.
How quickly we got your officers able to get there in the building on the scene from when it happened?
I want to say it was minutes. It seemed. I came in behind them. So I mean, we were actually in a roll call for an event that was going to occur on campus. We had just broken from that. We were en route to that, and when we heard this call go out, everyone converged immediately that was available.
What is the active shooter plan for the university? I saw a police car from as far as Mint Hill. What's the plan with officers, departments in the area?
Well, I mean, what's going to happen on a situation like this is officers that are free, they're going to head this way to assist us if necessary. But I can tell you that CMPD and CFD were on the scene very quickly en masse and able to assist us if we needed it. But, we had the situation secured and we were able to move forward from that.
What sort of event were you already gathered for?
It was going to be a concert at our football stadium with Waka Flocka.
And Chief, what does the rest of the night look like as far as the investigation goes?
It's an all-nighter. It's going to be something that's very in-depth, and because it involves that, our building, it's just something that takes time. It's going to be methodical, much like the search we conducted in clearing the entire campus. It was methodical. It was a joint effort from all law enforcement agencies that were present. Again, I can't thank CMPD enough to make sure that they were out here to assist us directly as we went building by building to clear every building on campus.
Chief, do you know how
They're not, I don't believe so. Again, that's more getting into the weeds of this, and that's something I'll be able to figure out, but you may know today is the last day of class.
Do you know if there were a lot of people in the building where the shooter was? Do you know how many people there were? Were there a lot of people right in that immediate
I don't know the exact number. I don't think there was that, it's hard to say. It really is. I don't think there was.
Was the shooter randomly shooting people, or do you believe he had specific targets in mind?
Again, that's going to be something that we're going to leave up to our homicide. There'll be a lot more information, as you can imagine, that we'll be able to disclose as this investigation continues.
Do you know what is your message for students and families tonight?
It's a message of unbelievable grief that we have that this came to our campus. But I can tell you one thing about it is that it's something you have to prepare for today. That's for sure.
Do you know how this happened, like from beginning to end, like the time frame and all that? Do you guys have a sense of that yet?
We're working on that. We don't have an exact sense, but we are working on it. I think that all of it happened very quickly. Obviously, for us to get in the room and take him into custody, it occurred fast. He never had time to even get out of the room.
Are all the victims in fact students, or were any of them professors or associate professors?
Again, that's something that we will disclose at a later date. Obviously, we're still working on unification, so we'll get to that.
Chief, did you guys have active shooter training with CMPD?
I'm sorry?
Did CMPD provide active shooter training with your department? Or?
They have in the past. We've actually, when I first got here, we started working with their SWAT team, and we had members of their SWAT team that came out and helped us get through a lot of that type of work and a lot of that training.
Did you do one this year?
We didn't do one this year, but we have done joint. We have had joint training sessions, and we did have one. The most recent one that comes to mind is one involving the light rail. Before the light rail started running to campus, and we had a joint training session with that.
Other than the shooter and 6 victims, how many other people were rescued from this room in the officer charge van?
I don't have that exact number.
Others know?
There were some, yes.
Do you have an estimation on how many students were in the classroom when this took place?
No. I mean, I don't know that for sure. I mean, that's something that we can certainly figure out in time as we investigate. There's multiple ways we do that, but that's something we don't know exact right now, so I wouldn't want to say.
All right, guys, we're going to let the chief get back. We will reconvene. We'll send out a time in the not too distant future. I would encourage everyone to follow our Twitter feed, and we'll announce a time when we'll reconvene for our next briefing. It'll be sometime this evening.
I want to say thank you to all of you that have been out here and assisting us in this way in outreach to the community as well. Thank you.
And Chief Putney just brought something to my attention. We'd be remiss too if we didn't. Governor's here. Governor just arrived, and he will be available in just a short while, along with some of our other local politicians here, just eager to get out and speak with the community. When we do reconvene with Chief Baker and our other chiefs from fire, our representative from Medic, and our police chief from Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department. Hopefully by the next time we reconvene, we'll have some more information that's been vetted and confirmed, and get that concrete information out to you, to the community, so we can tamp down some of the misinformation that's been bubbling up. I appreciate the patience. I know it's been a trying night. I know a lot of you are on deadline. We do appreciate it. Please keep an eye on that Twitter feed, and we will reconvene shortly.
You know, the lockdown is still going on or not?
Rob.
The lockdown is still...
The lockdown. She had a question about the lockdown.
So
Chief.
what we're doing is, we now have we've secured all the buildings. We've made sure that they're clear. We do have students that can go back to their res hall rooms, because we feel assured that is safe. And so what we're trying to do is reconnect students so that they can go back there. At some later date, obviously, we're going to allow students a much later date, not tonight, to be able to retrieve laptops and books, things of that nature that they need. But that's something that we're working on. That's an ongoing effort, and it's going to go on for a while.
The students cannot get inside. Yes. They cannot get inside.
They can go inside their res hall rooms.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to get him back to work.
Thank you very much.
Jeff, will you guys be doing the lead investigation or CMPD?
That's going to be CMPD. CMPD does the lead on this.
Just one quick question for clarification.
Thanks.